Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Very nice to see you and very happy to see you in this very hot summer in China, in Jinhua. This is the hottest season here. Yeah. I know I saw the topic is university governance capacity building, right? But here, the first session, we just want to do some introduction of Chinese education. I think this, before we specifically know the university's governance and discuss that topic, we just want to sketch a picture of Chinese education. I think any strong higher education system needs to be supported by robust basic education and also complemented by other types of education. So I don't know in the past how much you have know about Chinese education or anybody who doing research on Chinese education. So I think as a teacher, it's not good before we involve in discussion and we don't know each other and we don't know your academic background. So I think in the future maybe we can gradually improve, but now because of the time limitation, we just start from this way. If any topic you are interested in that, just raise your hands and we can discuss. And you want to know more information, and I will try my best to provide the information. Okay, so I arranged this introduction to 3 parts. First of all, education, administration, and management in China. And then we want to talk about some problem. So many people think about now in the past 30 years, Chinese education has made a lot of achievements, especially in the universities. Since 2003, we only have a few, 3 or some university in the world top 500. Now we have more and more universities join this top 500. According to the academic ranking of World University, which is released by the Shanghai Jiaotong Universities. But and also according to the PISA score. So anybody interested in know this PISA score? This is a program for international students. The achievements, right? So according to the score in 2013 and 2015, it seems students from Shanghai, they already ranked #1 in the world and surpassed Singapore and Finland. So many, in the past, since the establishment of Chinese government in 1949, Chinese always has a kind of catch-up mentality. We feel we left behind. We want to try our best to catch up the developed countries. So we study from the Europeans, we start from Japan, we start from the USA. We just want to, in the past we also start from Socrates. Yes. So now more and more principals and teachers from USA and from UK come to China, come to Shanghai, want to study how Chinese teachers can train so excellent students and can have so competitive edge in this in the world. So now it seems the situation are changing. But now we still have a lot of problems in our education systems. So the second part, I would like to talk about our imbalance of educational development in China. And then we want to talk about the way how to address this kind of problem. I just want to try to talk about this. First of all, running system of school in China. You know, China is a very big country. Everybody know that China is centralized government, right? But not everything all arranged by central government. Such a basic education handled by local governments. So if the basic education is a responsibility of local governments, you know, different places, the education, the economic, and the social status are totally different. Especially in China, it's so big. Don't think China is, every place is developed as Zhejiang province. We have the east, we have middle, we have the west. And still we have many places so poor, very poor. So, but the basic education is the local government's responsibility. Because of this, there is imbalance between the developed places and underdeveloped places. And also, the higher education, we have two types of, we can say. Some education is directly under the central government. We call it ministerial universities, directly under administration of Ministry of Education, but supported by local government, such as Zhejiang Universities. It is a very famous university in China, and also this year is top 200 in the world, and which is directly under the administration of Ministry of Education, but is supported by Zhejiang province and also supported by Hangzhou city because it's located in Hangzhou, and Hangzhou is the capital city of Zhejiang province. And also we have some provincial universities, such as Zhejiang Normal Universities. It is a key provincial universities, and all the fundings from Zhejiang province. But at the same time, President want to get some support from the local government, Jinhua municipalities, such as we get support. They give our free land to building the dormitory for teachers, for students. So this is also a kind of support, but no funds from the central government. So this is the difference. So our university name is Zhejiang Normal Universities. Normal, this word means we are focused in the past. We are focused on teacher education. So in China, you will heard many universities such as Beijing Normal Universities, East China Normal Universities. It not means normal or regular, means in the past or still now, they are featured by teacher education. This is a very typical teacher education system in China. If you are interested, you can go to explore it. I think the Chinese teacher education is typically different from USA and from other universities, because we are, in the past, we are independent teacher education system. Now many teacher education university gradually become a comprehensive universities, such as Beijing Normal University. This is the best normal university in China, but it has the medical institute for medicine, etc. Not different from many other comprehensive universities, but still teacher education is one of the features. Okay, and the higher education HUI types. So we also have the private education, private higher education institutions, but different from USA. Private higher education is not so good in China, students don't want to choose to study in private education, private higher education institute, except some HEI, they are cooperating with some other world famous universities, such as in Ningbo, not far away from here. They have one university cooperating with Nottingham universities. So, but they are very high tuition, due to for very high tuition every year. But the facilities is wonderful, advanced. But for other private universities, if they don't have such apprentices, it's difficult for them to employ staff and faculty, and it's difficult to have excellent students. And also we have vocational and adult education, mainly rely on industries, such as carpenters and want to do some others shoeing. Many depend on trained by vocational institutions. And in China, students graduate from the middle school. They want to go to study in the regular high school. I don't know how about in your country. Now we want to release some policy to do by this one-to-one, means one student go to regular high school and one student go to the vocational high school, but it's still difficult to implement this.
There is one question. What do you mean by public institution? Do you mean it's a government institution or private institution?
Public institution in China means it is supported by government, the funding from government. So it's different from the UK the situation. That's different. So maybe some of you know the Chinese history. At the beginning of New China establishment, we consider education ruled by man or personal will, especially Chairman Mao. When he says something, youth need to go to exercise in countryside. So all the young students go to rural areas to study from farmers and from others, not in the schools. So, but now not one person's will can control the whole system. Now we just want to establish the education system which is run school by law, not by personal will. So since 1979, we released the policy of open and reform policy. So many education laws and regulations have been released and implemented. So what kind of laws, such as regulations on academic degrees? So only since 1978 we have the 3 degrees from bachelor, master, and to doctor. So you can continue only with our higher education system to get it normal and to can gradually match other system higher education only since 1978, about 40 years. And then we have a compulsory education law. And compulsory education at the beginning is 5 years, and then expanded to 6 years. Now it's 9 years. But in many developed areas, such as in East China, many cities, at least 12 years. But not regulated by the law, but students and parents support their children at least have 12 years education. And then we have teachers' law. After after we have the teachers law, teacher as a profession is gradually respected by people. I don't know how about the teacher's social status in your country. In the past, teachers' social status cannot compare to the soldiers and the workers. It seems it's inferior to them. But now, after the teachers know, gradually people who have knowledge are respected by people. And then the law of protection of juveniles. So before this, teachers in the classroom, they can punish the naughty boys. But now, if people or teachers want to punish them, the parents, they would go to the report, go to complain in the Bureau of Education. So this is a problem. Sometimes teaching is difficult to handle the classroom order. How about in your country? Do you have the same problem?
We have corporal punishment. There is some laws banning corporal punishment. There's physical punishment. This is juvenile deals with some imprisonment.
We forbidden any physical punishment.
Physical punishment is not allowed in Pakistan.
We call it corporal punishment.
But in Singapore, it is allowed. And teachers have the teaching whip. If the students didn't obey the discipline, teachers have right to give physical punishment. But in China, in some excellent schools, there is no problem of the classroom discipline. But in some rural areas, teachers has difficulty in that because their parents are not at home, and many children are taken care of by their grandparents. So nobody can punishment to them. And also we have educational regulations on teachers' qualification. Okay, for this teachers' qualification, so now for primary teachers, we need the college education. We need to have. Now, gradually, either the bachelor, have the bachelor degree, but in Beijing and Shanghai and many other cities, primary teachers I think some of has the doctorate degree, and some of with master degree. This is in some developed cities. And we have higher educational, vocational educational law for promotion of private education. And this law is very important because after establishment of New China, we eliminated all the private education. So since then, all the education is directly on the government's rule. But after 1978, gradually we allow some private education. Especially, I think after 1994, all the kindergarten women pre-primary education supported by private education. So this is another problem. In the past, we don't have any private education. Now, more and more education more and more pre-primary education depend on private education. So, and we also has the education supervision ordinance. So now more and more laws and regulations are under drafting. Okay, and except the education laws, and we have many administrative regulations. And for our university, we need to listen to the MOE and also the Bureau of Zhejiang Province, Bureau of Education of Zhejiang Province. As a teacher, we always feel a lot of regulation.
Ministry of Education.
Ministry of Education.
Ministry of Education.
Oh, Ministry of Education. Ministry of Education, yes. So, the system, now 2 to 3 years we have daycare. Actually, in the past, many factories, they provide this type of daycare. Now, even our university, we don't have this kind of daycare. So, who help to take care of children? Many depend on their grandparents.
Yeah.
I don't know in your country, I don't invest in Europe or USA. Grandparents say, no, it's not our responsibility. They will not help young children.
In our country, the grandparents do take care of the children.
Take out. Okay, very good. So, in the past, many factories also provide daycare to help their workers to concentrate on their work. But now, I don't know how many, I think very few maybe factory can provide this, and it is needed, I think. So, kindergartens age 3 to 6 years. We have compulsory education 9 years in total, including primary schools and junior high, that means middle school, so in total 9 years. So how many years in your country?
It's almost 10 years.
10 years.
5 to 16 years. There is compulsory education. Under Constitution, Article 25A, education is compulsory for every child between the age 5 and 16.
Oh, and 16.
Yeah.
Even better than China. But in China, some places more about 12 years. Even more than 12 years. And in Hong Kong, it's 15 years. And Hong Kong now, the kindergarten from 3 years to 6 years, also supported by government. And for the high school, we have regular high school, vocational high school, and still have some adult high school and junior college for adults. Okay, this is that. And we have for the regular higher education and continual education with diploma. The junior college 2 to 3 years, I think almost the same concept. And college 4 years means university if you want to have the bachelor degree 4 years. And but for medical school 5 years. In China it's different from USA. Students graduating from high school can directly register in medical schools. But in US, only after you have bachelor degree, and then you have the right to register in the medical school. So in China, 5 years. A few engineering majors, 5 years. Master degree, 2 to 3 years. USA or European, 1 year. How about in your country?
2 years.
2 years.
It varies from degrees to degrees. If you do B.Ed honors or bachelor honors degree 4 years, then you need 1 year master. If you have a degree of bachelor undergraduate 2 years, then you have to do 2 years master.
Oh, I see.
It varies from length of the degree.
That's different. That's different. A little bit different.
We have two kind of program, one BSc and another is BCS or BS. For BS, that is called honors program, and that is 4
That
years.
is equivalent to an master.
And another is MSc or MS. MS is equivalent to MPhil, and that is for the duration is 2 years.
2 years.
Whereas master, if you have done BS, then master is only for 1 year. Or if you are going for MS, then that is for 2 years.
Okay, thank you for
For 18 years.
in China, some in-service for such as the degree for education, Master of Education, if they are in-service teachers, 2 years, 1 year study in a university and 1 year still on the job to finish their
That's a
dissertation.
research thing.
Oh. Okay, and for the 3 years, no matter they graduate from, no matter they have the bachelor degree or don't have the bachelor degree, the same 3 years. Students who don't have the bachelor degree means they only have got the education for 3 years. They need to study more courses than other students who have the bachelor degree. Okay, and for the doctorate degrees, 3 3 to 4 years. Our university 3 years, but in some prestigious universities, such as Beijing universities, 4 years already. In Hong Kong, also different universities have different regulation. Hong Kong University 4 years, but the Chinese University of Hong Kong 3 years for doctorate degree. This is some Africa countries. Okay. Such as Jinhua, give an example of Jinhua's education development. We have 1,460 kindergartens with so many children are registered in the kindergartens. There are 980 provincial level kindergartens covering so many of the number of admission, and the admission coverage of the inclusive low-cost kindergartens is so much. All the villages and towns have the central kindergartens. You know, private almost majority of the kindergarten are private education. But some, such as universities, our kindergartens, the funding mainly from the government, from the universities. But you can compare private kindergarten, they need to make profits. They invest and they need to make profits. Do they want to hire the high quality teachers? Of course not. So this is why there are some problems came from the kindergartens. We are drafting some laws to regulate the kindergartens in China, to want to provide quality kindergarten education. But in Zhejiang, I think it's a very good example from in all the China, because we have the provincial level kindergartens. It means no matter the kindergartens is public or private, the facilities and the standard must meet the same. At least we have must meet the standard. And even the inclusive low-cost kindergartens, the facilities and teachers also need to meet the standards. And all the villages and towns also have the central kindergartens. And for the special education schools, we have one not far away from here, the special education schools. In Jinhua, we have 9 special education schools with so many students. It means special education schools, especially for students has the problem such as deaf, mute, and intelligence retarded. This types of problem. But for some students, if they are not so have so heavy physical problem, they can go to the district in the regular schools. And also we have secondary vocational schools. We have so many. Our aim is 1-to-1, one student to vocational schools, but one to regular high schools. But students with high schools, high academic achievements, they would like to go to regular high schools, not go to vocational schools. So for higher education, in total we have 9 in Jinhua, and 2 regular HES, 2 including 1 Zhejiang Normal University, and 5 vocational HES, 2 adult colleges, 10 Jinhua municipal disciplines.
I've got a question.
Yes.
What's the ratio of students that goes to junior colleges in a private institution to that of public sector institution? Like how many kids of this province goes to a private institution?
I think this...
for the compulsory education, not for the colleges.
You mean compulsory education? In China, also the compulsory education in Jinhua...
9 years of education, right?
9 years education, yeah. In Jinhua, majority of the students go to public school, not go to the private.
And what's the status of the students? like how good they are.
You mean the private institution?
No, the public sector institutions.
Public.
Because most of the students you said go to public, right?
Yes.
So how do you maintain the status, like the facilities they provide?
In China, in Zhejiang province, we have released a lot of policy to make sure all the public schools at least meet the basic standard.
Criteria.
Such as give some example. This is one kindergarten. Jinhua kindergarten, the facilities. They have met the standard. And this is also one kindergarten. Yiwu Commerce and Trade Kindergarten. Jinhua Aiqing Primary Schools. And there is also one primary foreign school. All the public institutes have to meet the standard, such as every campus need to have the playground, plastic playground. All the school, everyone need to meet this. And I will explain later how to address the problem of imbalance. And this is the one high school, and this is also the high school. All of them are public schools, and this is the first Jinhua Municipal High Schools. This is one. And this is Zhejiang Normal University. Any more? This is the special education school. So even for the special education, it needed to invest much more than regular institutes because they need a special care for them. So this is such as this kind of playground. Every primary schools needed to meet this standard, no matter it is located in the town or in rural areas or in the urban. The same have to meet this, and this is the responsibility of local governments, not only the responsibility of the Bureau of Education. This is the playground of this is Jinhua Road Primary School. This is one primary school. And this is another primary school, Buchan Primary School. This is the Pujiang, another county of Jinhua. And this is also, so from this is one aspect of need to be standardization, we call it. School standardization means the facilities need to meet the government's standard. So to give example of the playground.
What about inclusive education? For example, we cannot build or establish special schools, special education schools in every country because there depends on the number of the special children. What is your view about inclusive education? Have you introduced the concept of inclusive education where children go with problems with the eyesight, just like you say, the ear problems, or some intellectual problems?
If a student has been hearing has a problem, physical problem, they go to this special education. If they can catch up with under the help of teachers and students, if they can catch up with other students, they will go to the regular school.
With children with reading problems, dyslexia, or dyscalculia, for example, they have problem with mathematics, or they have problem with readings. There is one very famous movie, Indian movie, Tare Zameen Par. The child looks very normal, but it's very difficult for him to understand reading. So how this comes under inclusive education? Do you have anything? In our country, we are working on inclusive education so that normal children and children with special needs, they all study in the same school.
In China, students, they are studying in the same school, but with this kind of problems, I think only the teachers, they will try to help. So in this aspect, I think we need to improve. They didn't do very much on that. Sometimes even this type of student, they will easily get hurted. Right?
There are special education institutes in our country. However, if there are some impairedness or some special students, especially in the rural areas where no such type of facility is there, then there are special instructions for the teachers to push them and to sit them in the first row so that they may hear and they may clearly vision the boards, the writing board.
So I think maybe this special education for they give for assist to this, give this kind of assistance to
Actually,
students.
actually, inclusive education was introduced in place of special education. Basically, the picture which depicts the special education, it reflects that the person has something problem, which give him a special position. So from 2003, they have introduced inclusive education to bring the excluded in the normal stream school.
Yes, yes.
And for that case, they have IEP, individual education plan. Like we have lesson plan in all the classes. So for that specific children, we prepared IEP, which is based on the whole academic activity calendar base. And then we give them the education like the other student in mainstream, so that they may not feel complex or deprivedness or ignorance.
So in our system, they are still separated.
We have separated as well as inclusive education center. Both we are running. The student which has the major problem, major impairment, that goes to the special education institutions where all facilities are available. But a person who has dyslexia and the other minor problems, so they can be teach, or they can get study from the inclusive education center or institutions where specific teachers have been trained with these skills, and they prepare IEP based on that specific child.
These are very good practices. We need to study from your practices. But I don't know what extra practices they are using. Maybe we can, if you are interested, you can go to contact them to visit this school. And for the HUS, China, our population is 1.4 billion. So how many students in the universities? So in China, the institutions providing postgraduate programs, we have so many regular HEIs, and for the research institutes, we have so many. And for the regular HEIs, we have 2,560. So this is the number of Chinese universities. Zhejiang University ranked about 90 in China. It's among 2,560 universities. This is for the postgraduate in the university every year. The doctorate degrees, so many.
53,000.
53,000. And for the master degree, 570. And for the undergraduates, so many. Even the number is bigger than the population of some small countries. Okay. For the non-diploma continuing education, including elementary schools for adults, this talk about the literacy class, part-time, for the part-time courses, secondary schools for adults. I think now not so many. Maybe in 1980s there are many classes for the adults about the literacy. Literacy meaning basic skills for writing and reading. At that time, especially in the villages, some other adults who can writing and reading, so they go to as a teacher to teach other adults, which is organized by government. And also some evening schools. For the post-secondary schools for adults, we have university for employees. We have university for farmers. We have college of education. I think especially for college of education. Many. So for the in-service teachers, really in the past, Chinese teacher education has two independent systems. One normal school and normal college, and then normal university. They are training pre-service teachers and others such as college of education and college education school. They are training. They are doing in-service teacher training. So two independent systems. Now the two independent systems are gradually mixed together, such as our university accepted training students of in-service, pre-service teachers, and also now we are training in-service teachers. And we have management college and broadcasting and TV universities. I think these types of university will be gradually replaced by online education. And okay, talk about the literacy. Now, in China, according to the UNESCO, in China, the youth literacy rate is 100%, already 100%. But it only means the reading, basic reading and writing skills. And Pakistan, according to this statistics, is 74. So I don't know this number is correct or not. I don't know your country's situation.
This is literacy. Are you talking about literacy issue?
Literacy.
Youth literacy. This is the youth literacy rate. This is youth literacy rate.
And also, according to OECD education at the grounds, they only do the statistics on the OECD countries. They are promoting skill literacy. It means in the past, if you can reading and writing, that's all, that's okay. But now, if an adult don't know how to use a smartphone, don't know how to use a computer, it is also a kind of illiteracy. So they're promoting skill literacy. And so according to their information, about 87% of people with high levels of literacy have a job. A highly literate tertiary graduate earns on average about 45 more than similarly education adult with a non-literacy level. So more than 20% of adults whose parents have a tertiary education are highly literate. We can have a look at this chart. So this is the percentage of younger and old adults with high literacy levels in 2012. The percentage of younger and older adults, this color is on behalf of representing 55 to 64 years old, and this color is. So from this diagram, it's very clearly show that the younger the young generation has much more higher skill literacy than elders. And this employment rate, and this is this color representing low literacy level. And this, so very clear to show that with high literacy level, easy to get a high paid job. And this picture is literacy rates lowest and highest in the world. But this literacy, the definition is the basic writing and reading. But for the OECD, it means scale literacy. That's different. So from this, it's very easily. This color is less than 50%.
How is 50 to 59?
Here, and this is China. China is 90% to 100%. And I think your country is
50 to 59.
It's, this one, right?
50 to 59.
Okay.
So it's
Current rate
57%.
is 60.
57.
So still has a long way to go.
There are two types of literacy. One is for 10 years and older, one is 15 and older.
And this is the
57.
youth literacy rate. And we can find our own country. This is China, 90% to 100%. And your country, where is it? 70% to 79. 79. So now China is began promoting the scale literacy, because for the basic literacy we don't have problem now. So we need some policies to promote the ICT, such as in the medium and long-term national ICT in education master plans. And many countries already released some master plans on ICT, such as Cambodia. I have one student from Cambodia. His master degree is about the ICT plan of the ICT master plan of his country, of Cambodia. And I know Singapore, Malaysia, they also have the ICT master plan. ICT to promote ICT, especially for in-service teachers. They are promoting ICT plans. What is our aim? Not only for in-service teachers. We want to have every adult who can use ICT to help their studies at any time, any place, can study through ICT technologies. So we have a strong emphasis on ICT in education in order to realize the scientific and ordered development of ICT in education. China has developed a holistic and top-down approach. Our approach always top-down always. The 10 years development plan for ICT in education was formalized in 2012. It states that by 2020, all adults will have access to quality education resources in an ICT-enabled environment. So our government especially emphasized the continuing education and adult education. In the past, after graduation from university, okay, education finished. But now, nobody can say so, right? If we cannot keep on studying and keep on learning, it's very easy to get outdated. So the government supports private. Also, we began to support the private educational organization as well as private for-profit education providers. Okay, we released this law on promotion of private education. So we have a look at kindergarten and basic education. Basic education especially the international schools and the higher education for the private. Have a look at it. The number of kindergartens from 2007 to 2015. So 2007 we only have so many kindergartens, and then now in 2015 so many kindergartens in China already. So how many here? Can you read it? Is it clear?
Yeah.
So in total we have the
146,000.
yes, we have so many kindergartens, but all of them are the non-government. Okay. And this is the non-government primary school. Non-government regional primary schools. You see, compared to the kindergartens, very few primary schools are non-government. But for international schools in China, what is international schools? Many private schools, they call their international schools, and all with the band of English or foreign language schools with this kind of name. So to attract students, and usually they are successful, and they succeed to attract excellent students and teachers, because first of all they use very high salary to employ the famous teachers into their schools, and then to attract students, to attract candidates. So in total, in China we have 597 international schools. The number exceeds that of United Arab Emirates, ranking the first in the world. It means how Chinese people want to catch up with the international trend. And the international school majority they are used such as the USA, European countries, some. So we have 4 categories: international schools, your foreign national schools, non-governmental international schools, international classes in public schools, such as in Shanghai, have 21 classes, international classes. It means some foreign staff or foreign works, and some children from the embassies staff, they would like to study in some prestigious public schools, but in this kind of public school, especially establish the international classes for them. So we have Chinese foreign cooperative run schools, and the number of international schools in China is from here. Beijing and Shanghai have, and also Zhejiang and Jiangsu provinces has so many international schools. This is the name of some international schools in China. From the name, so Beijing International School, you can say. Here is the
Australian International
Yeah.
School.
And British,
Beanstalk.
and French, and German, and Japanese. Okay. Now almost 1 hour passed. We take a break for 10
Yeah.
minutes. Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.